Wherever there's an episodic series, you can bet two men will talk to you. AJ Talon and Owen Finch give their thoughts on Owen and AJ Talks.
Hello, everybody. What's up? Welcome to Owen and AJ Talks. He's
Owen Finch, and happy Anime Month, which AJ didn't even know about, weirdly enough.
yeah, happy month. I didn't know that. Crunchyroll apparently gave him an ad, but didn't give me an ad. Even though it's my account. But I guess Crunchyroll's like, fuck you, AJ.
You're only paying You're only paying the money, so we don't need.
Yeah, right. I'm paying the money. He gets the benefits. But I'm AJ Talon, and we are here for a very big episode. It is the season 1 / the first arc ending of Dragon Ball. We got episodes 12 and episodes 13 here.
And AJ, you'll be proud of me. We're up to date on the Dragon Ball episodes. I uploaded both episodes last week. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm starting off with 0 strikes. I'm starting off with 0 strikes because last week I got like 2 strikes against me last week. So.
Yeah, you know what? You were at 2.5 strikes. Just for that, I'll take down the half a point. You're at 2 strikes now.
No, I think it restarts every new video we do. So.
Sure. You know what? Just for this momentous occasion, I'll allow it. But once we get back to Avatar and Avatar's the next Return of the Jedi. Once we get to Return of the Jedi, I'll be watching you.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm really happy we got to this point. Because as we mentioned before, May 9th was Goku Day in Japan. Like the official, according to Japan, on May 9th is Goku Day. We missed it just by a little bit, but that's okay because we're doing this on May 12th. And once we get to the Android Saga, May 12th is a pretty big episode. So hey, we're kind of we're pulling a time travel. You know, we're going back to the past and doing it now. You know.
I don't even know what May 12th is. I might never know because we might never get to that point, depending on.
Yeah, we'll get there when we're like 95.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are 2 pretty big episodes, like we said. If you remember last episode, the gang were held in Pilaf's castle, and Pilaf collected all 7 Dragon Balls, and he made the wish to the Eternal Dragon. This one picks up right where that one left off. So, you know, we get to see the dragon. And, yeah, but before we hop into this episode, Owen, you get to guess when this episode aired.
So I fucked up last time, and almost had it right the first time, where I'm like, you know, we went back in time, it just had an anniversary, but then I talked myself out of it and went further ahead. But I'm gonna do better this time. I know it's, actually, it's not 1986, it's like 1982 or something like that. Because I talked myself out of it the last time. Alright, so we just did Dragon Ball. That Easter episode, I remember we did that one I think like beginning of May. And that just celebrated like an anniversary from what I remember you said. I think it was like April 29th was the anniversary of that. And then I think May 7th was the episode like where the Dragon Balls got stolen. And then May 14th, 1982 was the episode we just like the last episode before this one. I am probably gonna get this wrong. I'm gonna go up a couple days just to be safe because I might be off, but I am gonna say that it's May 24th, 1982.
Oh, and you made the same mistake again. Last time you were gonna guess 1986. You talked yourself into saying it was 1982. You did the same thing again, where it's 1986, and you talked yourself into 1982.
I forgot the mistake I made, I guess, apparently.
Yeah, so. Yeah, you were like, I'm going to be smart and fix my mistake, and then you made the exact same mistake. It is May 14th, 1986.
Damn, I would have been fucking close, too, so.
Yeah, no, you were pretty close. But, and then you get the guess, popping on over to good old Burger Land, the land of the free, America. Yeah. You get to guess when it aired over here.
So this is 10 years off, so it's like 19... I don't think it's quite 96. I think it's like 95. I don't think it's quite 10 years. I remember the last one we said was like November. this is tough because I'm pretty sure I remember I said in the last video. Do they do it weekly in America? Because I'm not sure. Because would they release this on Thanksgiving? Because I don't remember exactly when it aired. I don't even know when Thanksgiving was in 1995 because I wasn't even alive, or in '96 opposite.
Where you were just alive.
Yeah, literally just alive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 96 though because I feel like if I do 95, I'm gonna make the same mistake. So I'm gonna say November 29th, 1996.
You were very close if you guessed 1995. It was November 25th, 1995.
So close. That's a year off.
Yes, for a year and a week off.
I don't know what I last minute decided not to do 95 because I'm like, you know what, it probably is 10 years. So
yeah, no, you were right where it was like just under 10 years.
Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it for Wish to the Eternal Dragon. Owen will guess the Legend of Goku after we get done with this episode. But I guess before we hop into the actual episode proper.
Well, wait, hold on. So May 14th, 1986, November 22nd, 1995. Just so I remember.
Yeah. Owen, if you jot that down, you are a big piece of shit. No, you have to remember it. It has to come from your mind. You get to sit in the corner with the dunce cap. But this episode was written by, it was fucking Wikipedia. Scrolled all the way up for some reason.
This gives you time to memorize to get the name.
Yeah, but listen to me butcher some names. So this episode was directed by Yoshihiro Ueda, storyboarded by Toshihiko Ariasako. It was written by Toshihiki Inoue, and animation director was Yukio. Okay, here we go. Ibisawa. Oh, that was 100% not the whitest thing I've ever said.
You probably got something right there.
I probably pronounced 5% of that somewhat correctly.
I always notice you start well with the pronunciations and then it just falls off a cliff after.
It falls into fucking God even knows. Not English, not Japanese. It's just some fucking weird middle ground.
So a language that God couldn't even come up with,
Yeah, exactly. God speaks every language except whatever the hell I just said. But and as I said, this episode picks up right where the last one left off. Pilaf just made his wish. Goku, Yamcha, and Bulma are still in their jail cell, but Goku was able to make a small hole for Oolong and Puar to slip out of. Mm-hmm. So the floor is yours.
So yeah, the episode starts off. We get the recap that the narrator probably got after off thinner toilet paper because obviously from the Dragon Balls are stolen. He didn't really realize that Yamcha was actually not doing a very good job.
Literally fucking 5 inches away from them, breathing down their necks.
The first half of this, before the title cards or anything like that, is kind of just a recap. They're kind of Pilaf is summoning the dragon. Puar and Oolong are trying to fly over and stop this from happening. Goku and Yamcha are still trapped in the jail. The narrator's kind of just kind of telling us all this. At the end though, when the dragon's about to be summoned, he's rooting for Puar and Oolong, be oh my gosh, guys, hurry up and get them. Wow. Someone's got the bias cap on. You're supposed to be unfair here, Mr. Narrator.
I know, right?
Actually,
if anything, narrator, you should be rooting for Pilaf. He might have some really good policies.
Yeah, he don't know. He's not watching the show, so he doesn't know what he's getting. So
yeah. Again, Pilaf's okay, first order of business. Everyone gets free healthcare and free education. There we go. Yay.
Yeah, but the narrator even says the narrator might be the only one that rooted for Puar in this instance too.
I know. Even Goku, Yamcha, and Bulma are okay, not gonna lie, I hope Pilaf wins if it means Puar gets fucked over.
Yeah, but yeah, then it kind of cuts to the title code. And yeah, they hype this up like a big moment, you know. They really make you anticipate the dragon coming. And if you didn't watch the intro, unfortunately, like I did, you would like actually be excited for that. Well, I was still excited.
If you didn't watch the intro to every single episode, yes.
Yeah. But you know, this is pretty damn exciting though. They really hyped up this dragon about to show up. And you're questioning whether or not like they're gonna make it. And obviously Oolong can't fly very fast because he's still like a pig and everything like that. I don't know why they turned into bats, by the way. Like, why not turn? I don't. Can they only
turn into like a slightly faster fucking bird? I agree.
Yeah, but you know, for some reason Paul just stops and just, you know, I guess because the dragon was already like summoned, but like the dragon gets summoned. Paul,
yeah, well, like the dragon, because everybody was just like stunned by the dragon. Everyone's like in shock of it.
Paul's not out of the woods yet, though. She could have still done something. So
yeah, right.
Oolong,
I do love that both Oolong and Puar get out of the jail cell, and like Oolong's like the only thing to actually do something.
Yeah, well, because Paul sucks.
Yeah,
but yeah, the dragon shows up, and yeah, it is a massive dragon. We always we always see dragons in film and everything like that, and they're always pretty big. But this dragon, like, obviously, like, feels like it's bigger than the world, which I really like because, you know,
yeah.
This dragon, like,
I also like that, like Eastern style dragon. You know, like a lot of like the Western depictions of dragons. You know, they're like 4-legged, got like a big upper body.
Yeah.
And like, whereas like Eastern style dragons are more like serpents.
Yeah.
Because dragons are in every folklore, so it's just cool to see different versions of them.
Yeah. This dragon, too, you know, he's huge. He's a green dragon. And his voice actor's really good, too, at least for the English side of things. I haven't heard it for, like, the Japan side of things. But
yeah, both are really good. Like, big, booming voices. Really makes him feel, like, ancient and powerful.
Yeah. And he doesn't waste any time, you know. He wants to know, hey, what the hell's your wish? Kind of reminds me of that Rick and Morty episode, sort of, with the Mr. Meeseeks episode, like the one where it's like the knockoff Mr. Meeseeks, where he's just like smoking, he's like, what the hell you want, type of thing. This dragon just doesn't waste any fucking time. He's just like, what is your wish? And obviously, like Pilaf is just so mesmerized by like the dragon, he kind of like fucks up his wish. Like before this, he was like fantasizing like what the world takeover will be. And obviously it's not looking very good. Everyone's just kind of bowing down to him and everything like that.
Yeah.
These background characters, like, well, like obviously very generic, but I guess that's okay because it's like a fantasy, so I guess whatever, that's fine. But I guess this is what everyone looks like in like Pilaf said, just a random drawn background.
It's like that Fairly Odd Parents episode where Timmy wishes everyone was like gray blobs.
Yeah. Or like, you know, in the Family Guy episode where they reference the church, like when Peter even says like, who the hell cares what they think? None of them really like blink or anything. They're just mainly background characters, pretty much. So
that's funny. Actually, I'll have to look that up.
And obviously like Yamcha and Bulma are worried because now that the dragon's been summoned, they can't make their wish, and also now Pilaf's gonna make like his wish, and he's gonna be ruler of the world. And you know, I guess
I like the little joke that like, you know, Bulma and Yamcha are looking at the little hole Goku made, but Goku's like too short. He keeps like trying to jump up.
Yeah,
but he keeps happening.
And you know, the dragon's just getting impatient. He's like, "What the hell's your wish? Like, tell me your wish." You know, because this dragon, he doesn't work by the hour. He wants to get the shit done and be out of there as quick as possible, type of thing. So, and
poor guy's like getting used to being woken up like every 100 years. You know,
that's true.
He's like, I sure do hope nobody invents a radar that can like find the Dragon Balls really easily.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. They didn't really find these Dragon Balls that easily, though.
Yeah, well, you know, easily might not be the right word, but, you know, fucking way quicker than what normally happens.
Yeah. And Pilaf is getting ready to make his wish. He wants to be ruler of the world. And this was cool. you alluded to this for a while where, you kept mentioning that, like, anytime Oolong got into, like, a big situation where there was going to be a big fight, like, with that rabbit, Yamcha, or anything like that, he would always just, he was such a coward, he would just fuck off, pretty much. This time he actually steps up, he's just like, alright, I'm not just going to sit back and watch this happen. He flies over, and what I thought was going to happen was he was just going to knock, like, Pilaf to the ground. But what he actually does is, in the middle of while Pilaf goes to make his wish, he steps in and he, like, wishes for, like, basically, like, really well-made, like, women's underwear. And obviously the dragon thinks, like, Pilaf made the wish, so he, like, grants the wish and everything like that type of thing. This was really cool. Yeah. I thought this was a really cool character thing for, like, Oolong and everything like that. They built up this whole episode. He was going to finally, like, or the whole season that, he was a coward, and he would always cower away and everything like that. And he finally really stepped to the plate and basically saved the world and everything like that right here. This was a really cool moment for him. And it's kind of cool because, again, he was the villain in, like, one of the episodes, and he actually stopped, like, the big villain. Like, well, yeah. I don't want to say the big...
I love that, like, you obviously, like, Oolong's kind of like you said, the coward. He's not very strong. That was a big part of the episode where he was the villain, was that, like, he was trying to come off as stronger than he was. So yeah, I do like that he's kind of the one to save the day in the end, which is cool.
And it wasn't forced, like, Bulma didn't have to do, like, that thing that she gave, like, the laxative
she
gave him.
You have to, like, force him to do it. Like, he went. And I like how he's, like, running towards Pilaf. He's, like, telling himself, like, oh, damn it, I'm not the hero. This sucks. I don't want to do this,
Yeah. So, doing all that, like, Goku just spammed the Kamehameha wave, and just did it over and over again, and finally he did, like, a powerful enough one where they were finally able to break out of that wall. But it, like, took a lot out of Goku.
I said it last, but yeah, like, basically, like, spamming it like that, like, really drains him of energy.
Yeah. But this was a really cool, like, opening and everything like that, getting to see the dragon. I liked seeing the first wish. I like that, Oolong kind of caused the first wish to get wasted and everything like that. Because, like I did say, like, I didn't, like, read ahead, but I saw, like, in the guidelines that it said, like, Oolong, like, Pilaf's wish got wasted. I thought, like, he got monkey pawed or something, and when they, like, wished to be ruler of the world, like, it like, didn't, like, the wish didn't work or anything like that. But this was, like, so much better than, like, getting monkey pawed. Like, basically that the heroes fucked up his wish and everything like that.
Yeah, I like that. And, like, is it a little disappointing that, like, the first wish got wasted? Kind of. I mean, like, they were kind of setting it up that, like, the heroes had dumb wishes anyway.
Yeah.
Yamcha was just going to wish to not be scared of girls. Bulma was just going to wish for a perfect boyfriend. So it's like, the wish was already going to be kind of stupid the first time around because they were setting it up that way. And, like, I think from now on, they use the wishes, like, better. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm okay with the first wish getting kind of wasted, like, or not wasted, but, like, it being over something dumb. Because, like, it didn't really matter what the wish was as long as Pilaf didn't get what he wanted.
Right.
Like, Oolong wishing for something stupid. It's like, yeah, just to stop Pilaf. Like, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. And it was in the moment, too. Like, I don't think Oolong really planned on making a win.
Yeah, they literally say, like, Oolong is just, like, thinking of the first thing he can think of. And, yeah, he's a little pervert. So he's like, yeah, fucking women's underwear. Yeah. And I like how even Yamcha's like, that little pervert just saved the whole planet. Like, he's, like, happy about it.
Yeah, so. And, after this, I think this is pretty much your section. I think this is all my section, so.
We still got, like, a little bit left after Oolong makes his wish, the Dragon Balls.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So, after this, yeah, this is really cool. The Dragon Balls flown up into the air, and obviously the Dragon Balls just, like, vanish. They, like, scatter around and everything like that. They make a point to, like, show each Dragon Ball, like, going around the world. And
yeah, like, flying directions, yeah.
Obviously, I knew this already. And obviously, Yamcha and Goku are like, well, what the hell happens now type of thing. I guess I didn't realize they didn't explain it yet in the show, but, like, once the wish gets granted...
Well, Bulma mentioned it in the first episode, but she, like, hides it from Goku.
Yeah.
Because you remember at the beginning, Goku's like, hey, I'm going to hold on to my grandpa's Dragon Ball, and, like, I want it back when we're done.
Yeah.
And Bulma's like, yeah, sure. And then she's like thinking in her head, like, oh, well, it's not, I guess I'll hide the fact that like it's going to get scattered over the world when we make the wish.
Yeah. So, yeah, so obviously we knew already that the Dragon Balls will get scattered all over the world. And I remember I said this when we did the guessing game for Dragon Ball all that time ago. I remember, like, I always thought, the plot of Dragon Ball wasn't always about finding the Dragon Balls. I didn't think that was, like, the main thing. Well, there's a reason for that, because, because the Dragon Balls are going to get scattered, but unfortunately, the Dragon Balls aren't going to look like Dragon Balls for, like, a year. They're going to be like normal walks for a year. They basically need time to recharge and everything like that, so they can't even hunt the Dragon Balls for a year. Which I like that cool twist in there. Like, not only do they get scattered, that basically, they're not going to look like normal Dragon Balls like for a year. They're just going to look like normal walks.
It also makes sense from like a story perspective of like, if obviously when you have like magic balls that can grant any wish in your setting, then it's like, well, what the hell are the stakes then? They could just like wish away all their problems. So making it like, they can't just constantly spam the Dragon Balls, makes sense. Like, okay, so yeah, they, if something's happening and the Dragon Balls aren't available, they can't just rely on them,
Yeah, which is good. Yeah, so I like this, kind of, it obviously opens up the door too for other plot lines to happen.
Yeah, exactly. It gives room for them to do shit in between the Dragon Balls recharging.
Because I think a big critique we have with Danny with like the Vlad thing is like, if Vlad could just defeat Danny like really easily, why doesn't Vlad himself just like go over there?
Yeah, no, right. Yeah, at any point Vlad could just like fly to Amity Park and just like kick Danny's ass. Like just whenever he wants. He's just like choosing not to.
Yeah, and an example on the positive side of things, with the Vilgax thing in Ben 10, it makes all the sense in the world why he hasn't himself done that. Because he's...
Yeah, they had Vilgax get injured in episode 1, so like, okay, that gives time. He needs time to heal. That makes sense.
And then obviously, and then on the flip side with the Yellow Jackets thing, they obviously have to find all these things for them to do like in between, because we know they weren't going to get rescued for the year, in that sense, they didn't really manage the time well, like, really on that. They just did a bunch of time jumps to kind of excuse that. And so...
Yeah, that was annoying.
Hey, if it was the Yellow Jackets writer, they'd just jump a year and we just do the hunt all over
again. Yeah. Next episode. Oh, wow, I can't believe it's been a year. All right, guys, let's go on to Dragon Balls again.
Because we literally had that in the Yellow Jackets episode, actually, so...
Yeah, pretty much. Or jumped, like, fucking half a year. Yeah, oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked all of this, up until maybe, like, the next episode, it was a really good, like, probably, like, one of my favorite things we had seen in Dragon Ball so far, probably, so,
Yeah, I liked it, really good character stuff from along, like you said, good, they really built this moment up for them, and, just, I think, fun first wish, very... comedic, but like in a cool way. It wasn't just like a dumb joke for a dumb joke. Like it was plot important. That like, okay, we just need to sell Pilaf's wish. Doesn't really matter what the wish is.
Yeah. So.
And then obviously Pilaf is like furious that they've escaped and they fucking ruined his chances of ruling the world. So he screams at Mayan's shoe like, "Hey, I want that pig for fucking breakfast," and like kill all of them, like kill them all.
Mm-hmm.
And not just the men, but the women and the children too,
Whatever you do, though, don't trash any kids' rooms. Don't do that. That's evil.
Yeah. Well, I draw the line there. That's too evil, even for me.
No, don't trash his room and make him go clean it afterwards. That's too evil, too,
Yeah. Yamcha is like, okay, don't worry, me and Goku could take them. And then they like pull up their guns and start shooting. And then Yamcha is like, or maybe not. That's a little weird because I'm like, okay, Yamcha, Goku is 100% bulletproof.
Mm-hmm.
You're about as strong as Goku. I'd be surprised if you weren't bulletproof. Go kick their asses,
Yeah, I mean, maybe Mai could put up a good fight, but he could easily kick fucking Shu's ass type of thing.
Yeah, I'm like, even then, I'm like, Goku and Yamcha, I'm like, okay, no. I think they'd win. I don't really know why they're running away.
Yeah. Well, I I think Goku was a little weakened by this point too. So.
Well, yeah, but Yamcha didn't know that yet.
Yeah.
Because basically at this point Yamcha's like, okay, let's run away. And then Yamcha turns back and Goku's just like sitting there, all tired and weak. He's like saying he's hungry, and Yamcha has to be like, okay, well, you can't eat if you're dead. Like, come on. So yeah, showing again that like Goku spamming the Kamehameha way when he hasn't mastered it, not a good idea.
No.
Shit like really drains. So yeah, they run off and like Yamcha's like dragging Goku along. Oolong and Puar like turn into birds and fly off. And like Oolong wants to just dip, because he's like, hey, look, I did my part. I saved the world. Like, I don't want to like do any more of this shit. But Puar's like, what? You're gonna like abandon your friends? Like, come on. Like, no, we gotta go help them. And then a bunch of dogs appear because we found out like not Oolong. We found out Pilaf just has a metric fuck ton of attack dogs for some reason. I'm like, dude, how are you feeding all these things?
And for some reason, these dogs look like normal dogs, not like Chew, who can like walk around.
Yeah, like how does that work? Well, it's like the fucking Mickey Mouse. Like, there's Goofy who's a dog, and there's Pluto who's a dog. Like, how does that work?
Oh, and Family Guy, like Brian's a dog, and
Brian talking dog, and he's like, everyone treats him like a person, but then there's like actual dogs.
Mm-hmm. Like the whole thing is. I remember like in the Family Guy thing. I think they do a joke where he goes to like his old owner's house and he like reminds him of who he is, and then like the little guy doesn't know who he is until he.
Brian, I'm the one who could talk, and he's like, Brian.
I love that.
That was a funny joke. Yeah. Yeah. So a bunch of dogs like shoot out of the ground. I guess they were just chilling in the dirt, waiting.
Yeah.
And at this point, Oolong and Puar turn the birds and head into the castle to try and reunite with the rest. And then, Yamcha, Bulma, and Goku are making their way through the castle. And Bulma's like, what if we run into more traps? And Yamcha's like, well, I mean, we got to run away somewhere, We got to just try to make our way through. And yeah, sure enough, a trap door opens up from the ceiling and a bunch of dogs come out. They're in the goddamn walls! Mm-hmm. And, Yamcha just like throws Goku at them because Goku's like too tired. He's like, I can't fight him, too weak. And Yamcha's just like, well, you don't have really choice, and just chucks at him.
Yeah, I love that.
And then Goku does the like the kind of the cartoon thing where he like imagines like an animal as like a big juicy piece of food or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then Goku's just like catches his second wind and he's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna kick these dogs' ass and eat them, I guess. Kind of a fun callback to episode 2. Remember when Goku went out and like hunted all those wolves and ate them?
Yeah, for sure.
And speaking of wolves, Yamcha is like, well, I guess I'm on cleanup duty. Uses his wolf fang fist, just beat the shit out of a bunch of more dogs.
Hey, we got to see a good wolf attack for a change.
Yeah. Because normally when he says wolf fang fist, he fucking like kicks or something, and it's like, fist is in the name there, Yamcha. You should probably punch him actually. And he does.
Yeah, I was also making the Yellow Jackets joke because remember they hyped up that wolf attack and.
Yeah. That wolf attack, Jesus. Listen, I'll take this wolf attack over that one any day of the week.
This is the fucking 80s, by the way. Yellow, like this.
Yeah, I know. 40-year-old animation is somehow better than the CGI in Yellow Jackets.
I don't know how that works, but sure.
Yeah. But basically, they're getting overwhelmed in numbers. And they're just trying to like make their way through the castle while fighting more dogs. Like they end up in that dining room from earlier in the season.
Mm-hmm.
And, like they're like cornering Bulma. Goku like uses his power pole to like smack them. And then Yamcha like flips the table over and crushes the dogs. So yeah, I like that. Like Goku and Yamcha kind of working together. And at one point, they kind of hop on Goku's power pole and like just go up to escape. But then they realize like, we kind of just went straight up. Like, how are we going to get to the window? And Goku's like, I don't know.
I like that.
So
yeah.
that was pretty. Goku just keep going up to like hit the ceiling. You'll end up outside eventually.
Yeah.
If you can go all the way to the fucking moon, you could hit the the roof of the castle.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because he did that the Easter episode. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So Goku just keep going up. But basically, and then Oolong and Puar are like there. And they're like, hey, like, let's just, like they're just flying around the castle, and then the power pole ends up like tipping over, and then they just fucking land along a floor. And I was like, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like more dogs show up. Yamcha's kicking ass. It's nice to see Yamcha actually like winning fights and stuff here, because I already told Owen, they kind of make Yamcha like the jobber later on, where it's like he kind of like loses a lot of fights to set up like other guys as like powerful.
Yeah, but I like this though. I like these fights.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's nice that Yamcha's like winning fights here.
Yeah,
he doesn't do a whole lot of that winning later. He doesn't do a whole lot of winning later on.
Unless you play the video game.
Unless you play the video games, where he's actually pretty good. Well, he's strong. It's just like I said, he's a really strong guy, but he ends up losing this other strong guys to just set them up as cool.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. But yeah, Yamcha's. I like this where these 2 episodes are kind of from Yamcha's POV. Like we're kind of following him. Goku kind of takes a back seat a little bit.
Yeah.
He's kind of the one to kick Goku into gear. He's the one doing a lot of the fighting against the dogs. He's protecting Bulma. And, because again, Goku kind of like lost his energy here. And then Mai and Shu pop up out of nowhere.
I will say it reminds me of Yellow Jacket Season 3, where like a lot of that early episode, like up until episode 6, a lot of that was in Ben's, I would say, POV.
Yeah, and then it kind of switched back over to Shauna. Yeah, I agree. That's always cool. Yeah, and then basically they hold Bulma at gunpoint, so Yamcha is like forced to stop fighting, and then they have to surrender essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a cool action scene. Like I said, I like that these dogs aren't like too strong, but I just like the whole like they're running through the castle, fighting off a ton of enemies. It's cool.
Yeah, and I like that this was like it was like a consistent threat. Like they kept having to deal with dogs over and over again. And I like that
the dogs just gave Mai and Shu time to catch up and hold Bulma at gunpoint.
Yeah, not just gunpoint, sword point too, because Shu was holding the sword like. Oh.
Well, I try also like because, like I said, like I'm like Yamcha and Goku could probably just kick their asses. So like I don't know why they don't. But yeah, then here it makes sense. They got Bulma at gunpoint, so they kind of can't fight them.
Yeah.
Same thing happened in the Rabbit episode. Where like Goku was like way stronger than the Rabbit guy. But he had Bulma hostage, so he couldn't really do much.
Right. So yeah, then they wake up. They're back in a cell. Which is funny. I said cell because I'm pretty sure that's a character later on in Dragon Ball. So.
It is actually. Wow, I'm surprised you know that.
Yeah. So. So they're in a prison cell, not that cell.
Cell, and not perfect cell.
Yeah. I don't know anything about him. I just know that name. So
yeah.
But this time around, it's reinforced steel. It's more unbreakable than it was before. I just love it that like Pilaf just has all these fail-safe where like he just has stronger and stronger prison cells if you break out of the other one. So
yeah.
And Pilaf is talking to them over the microphone and says that, he's going to basically make them suffer for screwing up his wish and everything like that. Before all this, too, it had like a skylight, and obviously Goku didn't really thought it was, just an open top and everything like that he could just get out of there. But Bulma has to kind of point out, like, no, it's like a glass, like window and everything like that. But
it's like reinforced glass.
Yeah. And Goku's like, I can handle that with my hard head. So he extends his power pole to try to get out of there, but obviously the glass isn't strong enough. And Pilaf is rubbing it in their face that they're basically trapped in there. And he says that he's going to hold them prisoner. He's not a complete douche. He goes, it's nighttime, but by morning, you guys are going to, like, tan like a tanning bed because this place is going to cook you like toast pretty much. Once the sun comes up, I imagine the reinforced glass reflects the sun and it causes it to get really hot in there. And they basically burn to death. And maybe turn it to toast. He did say he kept talking about toast a lot, so why not?
Yeah, I guess Oolong would be bacon.
Nope, he turns into
Bacon
toast.
toast, a nice breakfast.
Yeah. Well, we just need some eggs in there. Too bad no one lays eggs. Maybe Paul could turn into a chicken and then,
Yeah, but say poor, turn into a chicken and, cook some scrambled eggs.
yeah. So obviously they're all, horrified by this. As I was too, and then I remembered, oh wait, Paul's here. Maybe this will be the end of Paul this episode.
It's like, all right. It's like the Shrek thing of like, some of you might die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Yeah. And then they try everything they can to get out of there. Yamcha tries his Wolfane Fist. Goku tries to do the Kamehameha Wave. But none of that works because of the reinforced steel. And, Pilaf, just has to rub it in, too. He keeps rubbing it in that they're basically going to be trapped in there and everything like that. And, obviously, everybody's upset. Bulma's upset, saying that she's too young to die. I was kind of hoping they were going to do that Avatar joke that they did in the Storm episode where the old guy... Well,
yeah, I'm too young to die. I'm not, but I sure don't want to.
Yeah, so...
Well, at first, like, Bulma's not even worried she's going to die. She's like, oh, no, like, too much sun. I'm going to get wrinkles.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
And, yeah, they keep trying to escape. But eventually, there's really nothing more they can do. So at one point, because Goku's still weakened because he was trying to spam the Kamehameha Wave and everything like that. So he fell asleep. But then, when he wakes up, I love this. Like, Goku doesn't kind of like, he obviously realizes the danger, but he doesn't really know the danger, I don't think, because he's still like...
I don't grasp it as well as everybody else, yeah.
Yeah, everyone else is just kind of like sitting there, like basically waiting to die. And I think this leads to your thing, right? I don't think there's anything else from this point.
Yeah, although you already mentioned it earlier, but when they're like sitting around before Pilaf tells them that like their prison cell is basically an oven, that's because Yamcha's sitting there like, okay, well, you know what, we're gonna break out of here, and when we do, we're gonna go hunt all 7 Dragon Balls again.
Yes.
And at that point, Bulma explains like, no, like it's in the legend, the Dragon Balls turn to stone for a year, like they're inert and we can't track them. And Yamcha's obviously upset, like, damn it, that means I have to be scared around women for another year. And Bulma's like, yeah, and I can't get my perfect boyfriend for another year too. And then Pilaf comes on. It's like, actually, you guys don't got to worry about a year from now because you guys are gonna be dead in the morning.
That's kind of nice of him.
You'll be dead by daylight, if you will.
That's kind of nice of him to like ease their worries.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna turn my light on because it's getting too dark. Fucking we'll save the darkness for Goku. Because we know what happens to him.
Yeah.
When a full moon happens.
We don't need.
We're gonna.
And we don't need direct to church coming here right now either. Too.
Yeah, so. No, right? Fucking hiding my face. Yeah. Play it again, Phyllis. Again.
And it's just Kiss Sis over and over again still.
Yeah. Again, Phyllis. It's like, sir, Kiss Sis is really bad. Again.
Even Phyllis doesn't want to play that. Imagine Phyllis just like deactivates the whole system.
That's why the director shoots himself at the end. He's like, no more. I can't do it.
But yeah, let's there's a fact here about Goku you're about to tell us that's pretty scary. It's fucking dark. It's fucking dark too because it's so innocent that he says it too.
I know, right? So yeah, like you said, Goku wakes up presumably a couple hours later, and everyone's of course just kind of resigned to die. But Puar, I guess fucking Puar doing this somehow moved the plot along. Fucking goddamn it, Puar, get the hell out of here, please. Actually, no, everybody else get out of here. Puar, you stay in here and get cooked.
Yes.
But Puar's just like looking up at the moon, and he's like, like looking up at the full moon just relaxes me and kind of puts me at peace. And this prompts Goku to say, hey, do you guys know that a scary monster comes out during the full moon? And Bulma's like, oh, please, Goku, like, you're making that up. Like, come on, like, stop that.
She's like, there's no such thing as monsters, but I guess talking dinosaurs and, like, talking, like, what?
Pigs, cats. Like, that's all perfectly normal.
Yeah. A boy with monkey tails,
Yeah, as we're going to find out, that's totally, that's peak normal.
Mm-hmm.
But Goku explains, no, it is true. Like, my grandfather was trampled to death by that monster. And I do like that, because if you remember, Goku said it multiple times this season that, like, his grandfather died.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, Yamcha and other people have mentioned that, like, Gohan was, like, a very famous martial artist, like, one of the most powerful people on the planet. So that is a good point of, like, Goku keeps saying he's dead, but, like, how'd he die?
I will say, kind of bullshit, because as we'll talk about the next episode, fucking Bulma and maybe somebody else sort of fucking died the next episode, type of thing.
Oh, 100% plot armor was on their side. Gohan, unfortunately, did not have plot armor.
Yeah,
he had the reverse. He had the Uncle Ben plot armor, of, like, if you show up, you will die.
He didn't even show up!
Yeah, exactly, yeah, he poor guy. He fucking, didn't even have to show up to die. He literally just was fucking born dead. Damn.
Like,
he didn't even get the Gyatso treatment where he just had a fat nutsack and he's like, you know what, if I'm dying, you're all coming with me.
It's like North, North started off as a dead body and, recovered.
Yeah, I know, and then we saw him and he's like, boy, guys, I sure do love being alive.
It's like, yeah. But oh my gosh, yeah, like this dude, yeah, so...
Yeah, but yeah, Goku says, like, Gohan got trampled to death. It's like, Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
And Yamcha, I do like this again. Yamcha's already kind of established that he's aware of who Gohan is. And, like, knows he's a very powerful guy. So Yamcha's like, whoa, like, the famous martial artist Gohan got killed by this monster? Like, this must be a really strong monster.
I guess.
And yeah, and Goku say, like, yeah, this monster, like, crushed our house. And, like, destroyed a lot of our farmland and, like, just, wrecked everything. And, and everyone else kind of, like, huddles around like they're interested now. To be like, well, like, what does the monster look like? And Goku's like, I don't know. I slept through the whole thing. And they're like, what? How did you, like, sleep through a monster killing your grandfather and, like, crushing your house?
These things happen. These things happen sometimes.
Yeah, it just happens. It's pretty normal. Like, he's like, come on, a boy with a monkey tail, like, giant monsters coming out the full moon. Average Tuesday for me, guys.
It would have been awesome if he said that.
Yeah, I know, right? But Goku's like, I don't know. Like, I just, before I went to bed, the last thing I remember happening was my grandfather telling me not to look at the full moon. And everyone else, like, the dots kind of connect there, they kind of have that, like, the cartoon character joke where they got, like, a clock in their head, and then it just, like, goes off,
Yeah. I do like this because typically we haven't had this happen yet in, like, shows where, usually, like, when we get a reveal of something, usually we'll get the reveal first sometimes, and then the characters will, or, like, the opposite, the characters already know it, but then we get the reveal, so I like that this was, like,
kind of, like, the dots connect at the same time.
Yeah, so that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, and I do like this where Goku's just still kind of sitting there, leaning against the wall, then it cuts away, and then, like, everybody else moves to the far corner. And Goku's like, what's up? And they're all kind of just talking amongst themselves of like, guys, are you thinking what I'm thinking? And they're like, yeah, I always knew Goku wasn't a normal kid, but I think I might have been more right than I thought.
This is pretty normal.
Yeah, and it's completely normal. And they're like, hey, Goku, little monkey tail boy, which is completely normal. Did you look at the full moon the night your grandfather died? And he's like, well, I think so, like right before I fell asleep. And I do like this, where, like, the camera's, like, focusing on Goku's tail, like, kind of wagging a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, completely normal for a little boy to have a tail. Specifically, monkey tail. If it was a tiger tail, I mean, I don't know, it's pretty strange.
Yeah, it's strange.
But monkey tail, completely normal. And they're like, okay, we'll end up just like his grandfather if he looks at the full moon. And so, like, let's not chance it. Like, let's not, we don't really need to confirm anything here. I'd rather, not know than find out and get fucking killed. And I do like, this is a really funny joke, too. Very, very underrated, I feel like, because it was very quick. Well, they're like, okay, Goku, whatever you do, don't look at the full moon right behind you. And they point at it, and that causes Goku to, like, look up at it. I think that's pretty funny. We were like, whatever you do, don't look at that. And that's pretty, obviously all
that's pretty relatable too. Like when you tell someone like not to look at something or like not pick up something,
it like makes them look at it. Yeah.
I love the next thing though. I know you talk about it, but he looks at the full moon. I just love this. There's like a second like pause that happens. Like, okay, it's not gonna happen, and then like all of a sudden like fucking happens. Like,
Yeah.
And it reminds me
it's
of,
like where Goku's like looking at it for a good like 10 seconds, and you think like, oh, something's gonna happen, but then he's just like, I don't really get it, but like, okay, I don't see what the big deal is.
you haven't seen
And
this
everyone's like, oh, cool, must have just been a coincidence. Like that's fine.
You haven't seen this movie yet, but there's this movie like called Ready or Not where you have to like play hide and seek, and if like the person that's hiding doesn't get like found and killed, like the devil or whoever like kills the people doing the hide and seek game. And what happened is like they lost the game, so like the big mystery around it was like, was this real, was this not? You had like the second where like you got to think that it wasn't real, and then the person just blew up and you found out that it was real. But I love it because like I like to think that the devil like made them think they were like safe for like a second. They just like fucking blowing you up type of thing.
Yeah, I love it if like Goku's like genetics were like, hold on, wait a moment, okay, now.
I love it.
Yeah. But no, everyone thinks like, okay, cool, we were just overthinking it. There's no way Goku would turn into a monster. Like, that's ridiculous. But then all of this, it was a delayed effect where all of a sudden Goku just like, he's like smiling, and then all of a sudden he just like his face goes blank. You see like his eyes turn red, and then he just like starts like convulsing. Like his muscles start like tensing and untensing, and like he starts like heaving, like his chest keeps like going up and down. And he's like grunting, and everyone is like starts to like panic a little bit, and they're like, "Okay, Goku, stop! This isn't funny." Yeah. And they're like, "I don't think he's joking." And yeah, you just see Goku like start like bulking up more and more, like his clothes start ripping.
Yeah.
And yeah, he starts to like grow hair all over his body. He starts to just grow and grow, and like he starts to grow like a snout.
This is normal.
Yeah, and then you don't get and then you just see him get bigger and bigger, and he starts to crush like the whole cell around him. Like the whole thing starts to fall apart. He like breaks through the glass, and then he just like screeches. He's turned into a giant monkey.
Yeah, this was really this was a really cool reveal. I never thought we would get anything like on Goku like being outworldly like this season, so I'm glad we got something on that this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was just really cool. Like, I like the transformation. I like finding out how his grandfather died, even though it's really dark. I just loved how they made it so, like, kid-friendly and, like, lighthearted. But it's like, wow, it's fucked up type of thing. And, yeah, unfortunately, Gohan got fucked over by being happening off camera, because that's what we'll talk about in the next episode. Yeah. The fucking Bulma and...
I think it also does make sense that, like, Gohan would get killed that way, because he was a really strong guy. But, like, it makes sense that he, wouldn't be trying to hurt Goku.
Yeah, so,
when Goku transformed, he's probably trying to, like, get him to calm down and, like, stop him without hurting him. And then, that ends up killing him.
Yeah. That's basically the end of this episode.
Yeah. Really cool episode. I think, like, really strong opening, really strong ending. The middle stuff is a little, like, it's kind of just... again, like explaining, like, okay, how the Dragon Balls like aren't gonna be working for a year, which cool lore, but like, nothing any, the middle section is kind of just like dealing with the fallout of the Eternal Dragon and setting up Goku transforming.
I do like the dog fight. That's pretty cool. I like that. That was good.
Yeah, that was really cool. I like that.
I'm gonna go B+. I think I know we said B over text, but I feel like this episode was very important, and I like seeing the dragon. So I like the ending. I like finding out about Goku because I didn't really know that about Goku. So I'm gonna go B+.
Yeah. I think I'll also go to B+. I think I liked it. I rewatched it again today, and I liked it a little bit more. I was interested to see this because I mean you already know a little bit about like Super Saiyan, but like you don't really know what that is. But I was like, okay, the whole Great Ape thing is like a lot more obscure. So I was like, okay, I don't think Owen knows about that. So that'll be interesting to see his thoughts on that.
What the fuck happens if you learn to Super Saiyan, then fucking, like, the fucking Great Ape becomes a Super Saiyan? What the fuck happens then? Like...
I guess a gold monkey, I guess?
Are you doubly fucked, though? Like, are you just, like... Because, you already as I was talking about the next episode, they were pretty well fucked without him being a Super Saiyan. What if you have a Super Saiyan fucking monkey cading around and everything like that?
But say, they would have been super fucked. Everyone's dead. The end. Show ends. It's like, damn, all right, well, I guess a very short show.
Yeah.
That's all she wrote, guys.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, next up we got The Legend of Goku, which is episode 13. This is the finale for season 1. I'm glad we're finally here. Owen, you get to guess when this episode aired.
So May 14th, 1996. So is it May 21st, 1996?
It is May 21st, 1986.
Oh, fuck. I said the one. I was 10 years off, so.
Yeah. But, and then you get to guess the American air date.
I don't remember. So I think this is 96. Yeah. This is no wait 95 because no wait 96. It is 96 because it actually was 10 years off. I said 95 the first time. No wait. No, because I think
I'm seeing you doubt yourself.
No, because I said No, I remember because I said it wasn't not. I went to say it was 95 the first time, and I was a year off. So I just don't remember when in November. I'm gonna say November. We said November 15th, 1996. So I think it's November 22nd, 1996.
Unfortunate, Owen. First of all, you talked yourself into the wrong answer again. You keep doing. Owen, I'm just sitting here silently, and you're fucking. This feels like psychological torture.
Yeah,
I'm like making you question. This is like the fucking Inception, where it's like, is this a dream? Is it reality? Like, what the fuck is happening?
I'd have to if Director Church was watching this and he was gonna torture.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, you're just fucking getting torture like the Alpha.
Yeah.
Ugh. But no, it was December 2nd, 1995, because the last one was November 25th.
Damn.
So a week later, it was beginning of December.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
But yeah, it kicks off. I don't.
Well, I gotta say all the other bullshit. So this episode was directed by god damn it, Japanese names. Okay, here we go. This episode directed by Yutaka Sato with like a fucking weird O. It's got like a symbol over the O.
Oh.
Storyboarded by Akinori Nagaoka. It was written by Keiji Terui, and animation director was Mitsuo Shindo, but the O has the weird thing over it. That was, again, God himself wouldn't be able to tell you what the fuck I just said.
Yeah. But yeah, so this episode kicks off. I skipped intro because I watched these episodes back to back, and I just watched the intro. By the way, I want to say there was an outro. Krillin, what are you doing here?
I know, Krillin. What's up, buddy? You're a little early. Nobody knows who the hell you are.
You notice too, like even the characters know he's not supposed to be there because I think the time you see him was when I think it's Master Roshi and Goku riding off of the motorcycle. That
yeah, he's hanging on for dear life. Yeah.
They're like.
Well, it's funny because for half the season you were like, "Oh, hey, by the way, when does Krillin show up?" And I'm like, he doesn't.
Probably because I saw him in the outro, so I'm like, well, he's got to be showing up, right? So
yeah, I get it now. Krillin's like it's like a play. He's like behind the stage. He's like, do I come up now? Like, is it my time? You're like, no.
Yeah.
Hold on.
But yeah. So the actual episode starts off. It was probably like a recap with the narrator, talking about Goku.
No, and we got a 6-month time jump, and everybody was like, "Damn, sure is crazy that Goku transformed." But hey, we're okay now.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna play.
It's crazy that cabin burned down, right, guys? I mean, good thing that apparently wasn't an issue.
I guess not. Yeah, because no one died. So.
And the whole winter thing, how they survived in the winter. They just did. Shut up.
Yeah. I feel like that and the Jonathan would never, would never let that go.
I will fucking never live that down.
Because we shouldn't even have a season 4, but yeah.
And Travis crossbow, shoot her in the face.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's so sad that I misfired. Anyway, let's go.
No one would have been sad. I don't think either. So.
I was thinking about that the other day. It's like the Avatar joke with that general in book 2, Sokka just like knocks him out, and Sokka's like, "Anybody got a problem with that?" And everyone's just like,
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Goku just starts going on a rampage. He's now a giant ape, giant monkey. And he just starts destroying the castle. He starts absolutely destroying it. Mai and Chu are sleeping during this, and they think at first that it's just Pilaf story that's causing the whole castle to shake. But it's not. They see like Goku like outside as a giant ape and everything like that. They're obviously terrified by this. And during all of this didn't even really make Pilaf. Pilaf kind of like was dreaming about something else and like slept through this. And then he comes in, and he's obviously all scared of this, and he wants like Mai and Chu to handle this. So they just start like throwing like just random small things at him that wouldn't even affect like Goku, like a pillow and all that type of stuff. And they're just like, "You're not doing a good job at this." He's like,
"I love it if that actually worked."
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Oh no, a pillow, my one weakness. He just like explodes.
I'm pretty sure like that was a joke at some point where like, you know, a big thing got like taken out by like a little, like I don't even know what it was, but you know.
Yeah, I'm sure something has done that joke before.
Yeah, but yeah, Goku just continues his rampage. He's going after Pilaf and his gang, and they stop running away. They run into their helicopter and they just fly away. And they just he's absolutely going on a rampage. Yamcha, Bulma, and everybody else, Ulan, I guess Puar.
And then, thankfully Puar got crushed to death. I guess he's dead now. All right, so sad.
Yeah, I wish. Hey, based on this fucking episode, it probably wouldn't have happened. So, but obviously they realize they have to get out of there because obviously Goku like really isn't aware of his actions or anything like that. He's obviously just going on a massive rampage. Goku's kind of lost sight of himself, so they realize they have to climb over the wall and everything like that. And
yeah, as we already saw, like Goku like broke through the walls and like the ceiling, so now they can get out.
Yeah. Bulma can't climb the wall by herself, so Puar's like, "Hey, like, why don't you help Yamcha?" And obviously Yamcha, like, obviously is nervous because he's still scared of women and everything like that. So he's like, "Oh, I don't know, like, I don't." And I love this, like, Ulan just like takes like Bulma and just like himself like just throws her over type of thing, like
yeah, he like headbutts her like over the wall.
Yeah. And I assume this kind of causes Bulma to like twist her ankle a little bit. And doing all of this, Goku's still going on his massive rampage and everything like that. He's absolutely destroying this castle. Like this castle, there's basically nothing left of it at this point. And as and Pilaf says this later, but this castle, I guess, like took him 10 years to build, and it took Goku like 5 minutes to destroy.
Yeah.
It's pretty realistic, you know.
Sounds about right,
But
you got something to cover before I talk about my thing.
Yeah. And Goku sees them, but yeah, Bulma twists her ankle, and Yamcha's just kind of like, Yamcha's the only one that could like pick up Bulma and like take her, like and run around with her and everything like that. And obviously Yamcha's scared to do this, but he's like, you know what, screw it. I don't even really think I guess he kind of conquers his fear, but I think he was more afraid of like Goku at this moment and like dying than like Bulma. So it's kind of like one fear helped him conquer the other fear, because I think at one point he just like grabs Bulma and just like starts like running like as fast as he can. So like he runs like the wind pretty much.
Oh, wonderful. Sorry, while we talking about that, my cat decided to piss right next to the litter box.
Oh, that's great. So
yeah, thanks, Mickey. Appreciate it.
And that's topical because I think Paul's a cat, so that's topical. So
yeah, I bet he pisses outside his litter box all the time. Little asshole.
Yeah. And yeah, they just go as far as they can to kind of get out of like Goku's sight and everything like that. And like Yamcha's kind of impressed with himself. He's like surprised about the fact that he actually like conquered his fear. I like that he conquered his fear, but it's not completely conquered. Like he's still a little afraid of Bulma and everything like that. Because I always kind of hate it like in shows and stuff. Like when you conquer your fear, like you like they'll like make it a big, huh?
Yeah, what when you like face your fear, you're like instantly over it. When like that's usually not how it works.
Yeah, so I like that. Like he's still kind of afraid. Bulma kind of like actually likes Yamcha now. Like she's like really happy that like he saved her and everything like that. And
this kind of reminds me of Last Laugh from Ben 10 a little bit. You know, when Max gives him that advice how when he was a kid he used to be afraid of heights, but then he like climbed the tallest water tower to like try to scare the fear out of him. And Ben, same thing, like where he turns into Ghost Freak and he's like, you know, I'm afraid of you, but like I know something I'm even more afraid of, and that's losing my family.
Well, Ghost Freak also helped him conquer that fucking fear.
Yeah, it's like Ben's like, now I've got a new fear, my fear of Ghost Freak.
That even freaked me out. So
yeah, when he fucking made a clown kill himself by blowing himself up.
Well, we thought so anyway.
Shows up, fucking like 8 seasons later somehow.
I don't know what's worse, that or the fucking Spider Monkey coming back type of thing. So
both are pretty bad. Both are pretty fucking bad.
But yeah, what do you think would happen if Pilaf saw that? Like, hey, want to see something really scary type of thing?
Oh, Pilaf would again explode, but then he would just come back later somehow.
Probably, yeah.
Like, right, and he's like, I don't know. Like, okay.
But I liked all this stuff. I really liked the animation of Goku as the monkey, because we really talked about that the last episode, because it really wasn't like as much of a focus. He was kind of just like,
yeah, it's just like him transforming. What like was the end? We didn't get like a full on view of him.
So,
but you know, we get like we get a good look at him.
Yeah. Was it the same like voice actor that like voiced Goku like in this form and like then like, you know, his human whatever like human form type of thing, or did they change the voice?
No, I don't think so. Well, I mean, Goku doesn't talk as the monkey. He just like makes a lot of like, you know, screams and like growls.
Well, someone's gonna voice act that. They can't just fucking like.
Well, yeah, I guess, but like, I'm assuming no. Like the woman who voices Goku did not do the giant monkey. I'm assuming.
Maybe they just went to like the zoo and like just had just like listened to.
Yeah, they just picked off a monkey and like recorded it.
Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked by that. Honestly, you know. So.
Yeah. Well, if you apparently told me in Evil Dead they fucking cut the heads off of chickens to get those noises. So fucking after that, nothing surprises me.
Yeah, and Evil Dead was before this, so maybe they took inspiration from Evil Dead. So.
Yeah, you're right. It was only like a little bit before this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I keep forgetting how old this is. But yeah.
Maybe that's a good thing that we forget, you know, how old it is.
Yeah. Shows the animation held up pretty well. But yeah, Pilaf is like, all right, look, that castle took me 10 years to build. Like, if that's getting destroyed, I'm taking that monster down with me. So, you know, we get a King Kong reference where, you know, the plane is like shooting at the monkey.
I do like that Pilaf actually says like a realistic reason he's going back. It's not like just for the castle. Like you realize he's got to pay off all this, and so it's like, wow, that's like a weird fucking answer that he fucking said.
Yeah,
like
it's like when Saul was telling Jesse about like the fucking IRS.
Yeah,
you know,
that's awesome.
There's a funny joke in Batman where the Joker is like afraid of the IRS, where he's like, listen, I'll tangle with Batman, but the IRS, no, thank you.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
What is it like? One of the new movies or like a cartoon?
No, that was in like the animated show from like the 90s.
Oh, okay.
That one's really good. We'll have to do that one sometime.
I think we talked about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, like that one and Brave and the Bold and like were like the two ones that like I really wanted to do eventually.
Which one's the one like you watched like when we were kids?
Brave and the Bold.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it? I really remember that. For some reason, I remember fucking Buona Beast randomly out of nowhere.
Yeah, I remember you Buona Beast in like a random video. And I was like, what the fuck? How do you remember him?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like with Cell. I'm like, I'm amazed at what you know. Like sometimes.
And again, I don't even think I've ever seen Cell either. I just know him from.
Yeah, just when he threw the name out there, I was like, oh wow, that's a pretty important character later on. Yeah. But yeah, so you know, Pilaf ends up shooting a couple missiles at Goku when he goes down. And I do like, like Yamcha and everybody stops what they're doing and they're like horrified. They're like, "Oh my god, poor Goku! Like is he okay?" Because like I think they shouted at him like earlier, like Goku, like okay, we're free, stop. Like they don't fully understand that like Goku like can't control himself right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But then like and then they're obviously horrified, like they think Goku died. And like Pilaf and the gang like park their plane. And Pilaf is like smacking him over and over and like stomping on him. Like, no, you stupid, and they don't even know it's Goku. They're just like, you stupid monster, like, how dare you?
Right. I will say, like...
Easiest day ever. He looked for the Dragon Balls for like years. Got stolen for underwear. And then a giant monkey came out of nowhere and fucking destroyed his home.
I'll say one of those things is his fault. And it's not...
I feel like all these things are kind of his fault. It's like, all right, dude, you should have just fucking chilled in your castle. Like you were pretty well off.
I feel like the first thing is definitely more so his fault though, because he should have fucking known that he needed to find fucking 6 more Dragon Balls.
How did you think you only needed one? It's like whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I will say though, like the King Kong like reference did not hold up well. Like in 1986 animation, it didn't look the best. I don't think.
No, it really didn't. Yeah.
But whatever, it was still good. Cool, we got a King Kong.
Important to say, because like for the rest of the episode looks pretty good, but yeah, that part definitely looked kind of off.
Yeah.
Because Goku's like so big, it's kind of hard to like animate him. I'm assuming.
But kind of cool they did a King Kong, like they basically did a King Kong reference like to the fucking T, pretty much.
That's like basically what happens in King Kong. Yeah, where he's like destroying the tower, and they shoot him in the plane, and he goes crashing down.
Yeah,
that's pretty much a 1-for-1. Yeah, it makes sense. I think I said Toriyama was a really big movie fan. Like this whole season was a journey to the reference. Later seasons like are inspired by, like he has a lot of like Terminator references, Star Wars. Funny enough,
yeah,
Superman. He has characters called Bibbidi Bobbidi and Boo, which that's a Cinderella reference.
Yep. All right, book it. Goku in this form versus King Kong. Let's do it.
Oh, definitely Goku. Fucking definitely Goku.
Probably, yeah. Considering the fact that Goku survived this and King Kong couldn't. Well, to be fair, King Kong fell from like a
Chad monkey Goku.
To be fair though, King Kong like fell from like a 8-story like building though when he did this type of thing. So.
Yeah, but like Goku destroyed a whole castle, so yeah, I don't
know.
And you know what? Goku's got a tail. King Kong doesn't. Tails are, Goku's got an extra appendage there.
Yeah, but what if King Kong cuts off his tail?
Goku would shove that tail down his throat. There you
go. Yeah, Yeah.
Goku fucking chokes.
Hey, Yamcha could show up too. Yamcha could be the difference maker in all this because he beat Goku. So,
King Kong fucking throws the moon. Goku goes back to normal. There you go.
There you go.
But yeah, no. Goku starts to wake up. Pilaf and his gang like start freaking out because they thought they killed him. So they hop back in their plane really quickly and try to fly off. Then Goku just takes a piece of the castle and fucking chucks it at them. And they die. There you go. They're gone. No, they survive.
They should have
on the ground. Horrible pain.
I don't think we made this list yet. I have to make this list. Characters that should have died because.
Characters with the fucking plot should have saved them because they 100% should have died there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yamcha and them are relieved Goku's okay, but they're obviously still like horrified. They're like, okay, well, I guess we'll just try to hide out till morning. And, hopefully Goku goes back to normal. So they're about to walk off, but they see Bulma has been crushed underneath some of the rubble, and she's, like, pinned down. She can't move.
2 in a row. Back to back.
Bulma, super unlucky today.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I like all this stuff, though. I like I said, the fight obviously with Monkey Goku didn't look the greatest, the King Kong reference, but everything else was good.
Yeah, Yeah, and it was nice to see Pilaf and his gang do something, considering they're supposed to be the villain. But yeah, they basically get swatted aside pretty easily. And this is kind of like the last thing they do for the season, because they have like one other scene after this, but like that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So they're doing all this. Within a bunch of rubble, we see Pilaf's gang all down, and then they get up.
Oh, well, this is after the fact, so you're talking. You're talking about like Yamcha and Bulma.
Oh yeah, so Yamcha. I feel like the Pilaf thing's fine because that's just kind of pretty disconnected. So
yeah, well, it basically happens after Goku turns back to normal, and like the joke is that like they're gonna go attack the monkey, and the monkey's gone.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. So then the Bulma thing. So yeah, Bulma is trapped underneath this building, not dead because she has plot armor. Even though this is probably gonna be her last season.
The rubble's trying to crush her, but she's protected by a thick layer of plot armor.
Even though this is the last season, I guess, for a while. So, whatever. So Yamcha's panicking, and he does the best he can to try to get this building off of her. But then eventually everybody works together, Ulan and Pual, and all lift the building off of her. And yeah, they still take off and run. They run as fast as they can to get away from Goku, and they're doing the best they can. Eventually, Yamcha tries to fight off Goku, but he's not having very much success. And Pual reminds him, "Hey, Yamcha, like, didn't you say you have to cut off like Goku's tail? Like, he says his tail is his weakness." Fortunately, Paul, why do you have to open your mouth? Because it makes you important in these fucking moments. Why couldn't?
Yeah, stay with Paul. Get the hell out of here. Have Oolong say what you're saying or something. Jesus.
Yeah, but Yamcha's like, oh yeah, that's right. So he uses his wolf-fang fist on like one of the debris of the castle and tries to make like scissors to like hurt Goku's tail. He smashes over Goku's tail. That has like a little bit effect on him, but it doesn't affect Goku too much. Like you see, like he starts to light up blue a little bit, kind of showing that affected him and everything like that. And obviously Yamcha gets nervous, so then he tells Paul like, "Hey, why don't you turn to like a big pair of scissors and cut off Goku?"
So what? Yeah, So Yamcha made like a sword out of the stone. It broke like immediately, and then like Yamcha and Oolong panic and they like grab his tail.
Yeah.
And then that causes Goku as like the big monkey to like glow blue a little bit, and then he's like paralyzed there.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's why Puar turns into scissors, is because like they grab the tail and that causes Goku to like stop moving.
And again, Puar, damn it, get the fuck out of here! Like, why do you have to be so important?
Yeah.
I don't know what's him or Aoi from
get the fuck out of here.
I don't know what's more in that or Aoi from Inception, because she's fucking annoying, but then she ends up making the whole fucking dream sequence, so then she has to be there type of thing. So it's like,
damn it.
It's like, why do you have to be here? I don't know. I think that's more annoying than characters that are just bad, the characters that are...
Or it's like, has to be there, and you're like, damn it, I wish they just gave somebody else your role so you could fuck off.
Yeah, but just, yeah. So Paul turns into scissors, cuts off Goku's tail, and... obviously this causes Goku to fall to the ground. He really starts to light up blue, and he turns back into his human form and everything like that. And he's naked, child labor laws and everything like that didn't really exist in this episode. There's guns and not just him naked. You actually get to they actually animate.
I like how you don't say censorship, you say child labor.
Oh, that's what I meant to say. But yeah, censorship,
No, child labor. It's like they have a bunch of children animating this. It's like, and they're whipping them like, fucking animate faster. Do it.
Yes. But yeah, censorship doesn't exist because they actually animated Goku's dick. So that's nice.
They did.
And so Goku, they've defeated Goku by this point. And then Pilaf's crew, now that we know Goku's already been defeated, they're like, hey, like, let's go over, like, let's let's get some revenge on this, because originally Shu and Mai want to just fuck off, and Pilaf is just like, no, like, well, my great grandfather Pilaf Senior said, I don't think that's his name, but I'm saying Pilaf Senior, like, if
it's like that joke in Red versus Blue where it's like, no way, dude, Vic's dead. This is Vic's great grandson, Vic Jr.
Yeah. And he's just like, I said, he said that if you're angry about something, no, we're not going to cry about the castle. That's what it was. We're going to use these tears and get revenge, and then we'll cry later. So let's do that. So this kind of motivates Mai and Chew. But when they're about to run over, Pilaf just runs off because he's too afraid to do anything about it or anything like that. So Mai and Chew are just like, what the hell are we doing? And they just like run off with them. So yeah, unfortunately, that was at the end of the Pilaf part of this thing. Kind of disappointing since he was like the main villain, supposed to be like the main villain.
Yeah, quote unquote main villain.
Moo,
I think you make a better main villain. You're just as evil. You're more evil than Pilaf.
I mean, pissing on the side of your fucking,
Yeah.
little...
Oh, fuck, he's biting the shit out of me.
Oh, so he's already...
Yeah, he's already more evil than Pilaf.
Yep. And then, yeah, that's it for my section. Overall, good section, I could have done without the Pilaf stuff, but I liked,
yeah, I like that, the whole tail thing came back, and it makes sense, because that was Yamcha's plan originally.
Yeah.
Was to grab Goku's tail and, like, steal the Dragon Ball, so it makes sense that he would assume, like, okay, cool, the tail weakness probably still works as the big monkey.
And I'll say this, it sticks. Like, I thought it'd be like, because he got his tail cut off, like, in this monkey form, he would still have it, like, when he turned back human, but no, it stuck. They didn't...
Yeah, no, he still doesn't have his tail. He turns back.
Yeah.
Human, quote unquote.
So that could explain why in season 2 I didn't know he had a tail, because he didn't have it in season 2. So.
Yeah. So we cut to the next morning. Goku's still knocked out. And like Bulma covered him with her like little like overshirt. They're all kind of just sitting around. And Oolong is like, it's crazy that this kid, like, nearly killed us. And Yamcha's like, well, hey, remember, if Goku didn't transform into a monster, we would all be dead right about now. And I like this, where Oolong is, like, looking over at, like, a sleeping Goku. And he's like, so, like, what's the deal? Is Goku like an alien or something? It's kind of funny, because I think I remember reminder of fucking what happened 2 years ago. There was an episode where Bulma, I think I mentioned in the English version, they made a little joke where Bulma mentions, like, I don't know what planet Goku's from, but it sure as hell ain't Earth.
Yeah.
It was a little joke because the English version came out, like, after we already found out, like, where Goku's from and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the English version added that in. This joke was actually in the original, version. This wasn't, like, an English add-on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, it's just funny because, like I said, Toriyama didn't plan out where Goku was from yet. So this little comment kind of worked well in retrospect.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he didn't plan out that Goku wasn't from Earth yet. But works well after the fact.
And then I'll say this: like, they were also talking. I just loved how they're full on talking about, like, wow, I can't believe this guy killed, like, his grandfather. Like, wow, they're actually gonna full on talk about that. So
yeah. Bulma basically mentions it, like, hey, we should probably hide that from Goku. It would, like, really break his heart, because Goku doesn't remember anything. So it's like, let's like keep this a secret. There's no point like trying to and like making the sad over it.
Yeah, so I wonder if that'll be a plot point later on, like.
Maybe not.
Goku will find out then, like, about him being like, even though I don't know how he can find out he turned into this ape, because there's no like technology really back then. Like, it's not like someone could film it on like an iPhone or anything like that. But I guess there'll have to be no
technology, Owen. They have little capsules that could turn into a fucking house, but nobody's got a phone.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like it. So, maybe like whatever planet.
Oh, and these monkey boys that turn into giant apes, talking pigs, that's all completely normal. An iPhone, what the hell? This fucking magic right here. Heresy, I say, heresy.
Yeah, no, but maybe what happened is like somebody will like from his home planet will come to Earth and like mention all this stuff, and then like maybe that's how Goku will piece it together or something type of thing. So
Maybe, maybe not. I guess we'll find out, Owen.
Yeah, maybe.
And when we're 103.
Yeah. And I'll probably forget about this episode when I'm 103. So.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, what's my name? Also, I just pissed my pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're kind of just sitting around talking. Goku finally wakes up, and he's like asking like what happened. And I'm just like, oh wow, you really don't remember anything, do you? But Goku stands up. Bulma tells Oolong to share some clothes with Goku, and Oolong is like, please, not the most comfortable underwear in the universe, created by the dragon.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll give him my overalls, okay? So Goku puts the overalls on, and he's like, I do like this whenever Goku like roasts somebody, but he's doing it like innocently, like he doesn't even mean to insult them.
Yeah, for sure.
Where Goku's like, wow, you're pretty short, because his ankles are showing. And Oolong's like, shut the hell up. And then Goku like falls over. And Oolong's like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to like scare you there. And Goku's like, no, you didn't, but like I can't like stand up straight for some reason. And Yamcha's like, oh, that's probably because your tail's missing. And Goku like starts to freak out, like, oh my god, my tail's gone. Like, what happened? But then he kind of just is like, oh well, I guess it'll grow back later.
Yeah, yeah. It's really. I was kind of one. They didn't really lie or anything like that. I thought they would have said like Pilaf cut it off or something like that, like while you were sleeping or something. But
yeah, but everyone's like, oh Jesus, Goku, like, goddamn. They're probably thinking like, oh god, like we're gonna have to deal with this again later.
Yeah.
Well, it also makes sense that Goku would know that because obviously Gohan knew Goku could transform before he got killed. So it makes sense that Gohan probably cut his tail off before and it grew back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, Goku's like, hey, where's my power pole? And Yamcha's like, it's probably over in what used to be the castle. So, Goku starts running over to go look for it. And obviously Goku's confused by this whole thing. He's like, oh, wow, I can't believe something managed to destroy that big castle. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And he's like, I like this joke where he's running over there and he keeps like falling over.
Yeah.
Because, that's the thing with animals is like their tail helps them balance. So now that Goku doesn't have a tail, is like balance it all off.
Yeah, for sure. All the stuff was fine. It was just kind of like them trying to fill in Goku and...
Yeah, they're basically hiding the fact that Goku turns into the monster to, because they don't want to reveal to him that he killed his grandfather.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
And like I said, I like that comment from Oolong that like he's like, well, I like how they're like trying to question it. They're like, what the hell is Goku? Like, why can he do that? Obviously, they don't have anything to go on there, so they can't really, question it more than that.
I do like that it was Bulma too as the one that says like, hey, we're not going to tell him because we don't want to mention, like, kind of shows like him and Bulma became like close to and all this and everything.
Yeah, and again, I like that the comment about him being an alien is kind of just like an offhanded thing.
Yeah.
Like he's not even being serious about it. He's like, so like, what is Goku like an alien or something?
Yeah,
because if only you knew.
Does he know? Does he ever find out? Because he probably doesn't make it to that point of the show, probably. So.
Oolong? I mean, well, I'm not gonna say. I like how you say he doesn't make it to that point. It's like what they turn him into bacon. Like they're like, if only Oolong was here to see us now. It's like, yeah, but we were really hungry that one day, and it's like he smelled good.
I guess what I meant in terms of like, does he is he like in the show? I guess by that point and everything like that. So.
Maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe Cell's there. Maybe Cell.
I mean, just showed around. I like Cell's like. I wish Oolong was still here. I still remember his voice.
Yeah.
But I'm right here, and he's like, it's like I could still hear him now.
You know what's unfortunate? He'll probably be there. Fucking Poir's gonna somehow be there. So.
Poir's the main character now.
Yeah, it's just his POV. So.
Gohan's there, and Goku's like, "Go on, get out of here, Poir. You've always been like a son to me."
No, a father. Always been a father to me. You're the one that really raised me.
Yeah, Grandpa Gohan, who even is that guy? Yeah. You've been under the impression that Goku names his son Gohan. He actually names his son Poir.
Why not? Yeah.
Fucking Poir Jr.
Maybe he has two sons. One's named Gohan and one's named Poir.
Yeah, Poir. No, Poir and other Poir.
No, I like this one. He treats the Poir. He treats the son he named Poir so much better than the Gohan one. The Gohan one is treated like absolute shit and everything like that.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you ever saw that Rugrats episode, but, like, it's, like, the episode where the twins, like, feel like one's more the favorite, so, like, it will get one twin's POV where, like, the bed's, like, shit, but the other one's being treated like princess. I like to think that that's, like, you know, how he treats...
That's so fun for, yeah.
And he gives them all the food and everything like that type of thing, so...
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, this continues. After this, Yamcha starts thinking to himself, like, wow, so what the hell are we going to do for you? Because now we can't hunt for the Dragon Balls. Yamcha's thinking, was like, great, now I got to be afraid of, you know, girls for the next year. And then, Bulma's thinking, like, great, now I have to wait a year to get a boyfriend. I kind of like this, where, like, you know, then they kind of realize to each other, like, they both kind of want the same thing. You know, they kind of get the idea that they both can just date each other and everything like that type of thing.
Yeah, I like that. Like, they're like, the camera's like zooming in on their faces, and then it zooms out, and they're like standing right next to each other. And they kind of just like look at each other, you know? It's
yeah.
Like, okay. Well, they've also been like setting this up for a while now. That like they have crushes on each other. So
yeah.
Makes sense.
Goku comes back. He kind of sees that, like, Bulma and, like, Yamcha are, like, flirting with each other, and he's like, what the hell happened? And they kind of just say,
yeah,
like,
they're like dancing.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, we decided to... She basically tells him, like, they're an item now, but basically says, like, we decided to spend more time together and everything like that. So Goku's kind of wondering, like, what does everyone do now? And I like this, like, you know, because now that Bulma got what she wanted, she doesn't really feel the need to hunt for the Dragon Balls anymore.
Yeah.
And neither does Yamcha, because obviously he's not afraid of women anymore or anything like that. So they all kind of decided to go their separate ways. So they obviously brought back... Goku's just like, okay, well, I'm going to go chain with Master Yoshi.
Well, actually, they're not going their separate ways. Because they mentioned that, well, they were going to, and then they started dating. They're like, okay, why don't we all just go to the city?
Yep. And Goku says, like, okay, you guys can go to the city, but I want to go train with Master Roshi. That offer was brought upon me. And I like this because, because Goku doesn't know he's the one that destroyed the castle. He wants to get trained so he can, like, you know, master the Kamehameha wave and, like, do whatever that figure did to that castle and everything.
Yeah,
like
yeah. Goku mentions, like, when I hit that wall, it didn't make a dent, but, like, somebody came around and destroyed the whole castle. And I do like this where Oolong is trying to be like, well, what do you mean? And then, like, Puar has to, like, shut his mouth.
Yeah. So...
And then Puar, don't you ever touch me again, you disgusting fucking animal.
So what happens is, Bulma, Yamcha...
Hey, can you pause for a sec?
Yep.
All
right, we're back.
Yeah, sorry about that. Some drunk guy was staring at me through my window, so that was an eventful day.
Yeah, so everyone decides to go into the city, so Goku decides to go train with Master Roshi to see, like, so he can get strong enough to destroy a whole castle. I like that came back up, because, again, if you're not like me who already knows what happens in, like, the next season, it's kind of good, because that was kind of a throwaway line, like, in that episode, so I'm glad that they brought that back up and everything like that.
It was also, I remember you were saying before that you thought Goku was going to go train with Roshi right away. You didn't realize that, Goku said, like, oh, yeah, no, I'll come with you after we go search for the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, so, and again, I do kind of like that, Bulma's story got wrapped up because now she has a boyfriend, so she doesn't feel the need to look for the Dragon Balls. Yamcha's storyline got wrapped up. Puar's storyline, unfortunately, I guess, got wrapped up. But
Puar didn't start the storyline, so he's good.
Yeah. Ulan's storyline got wrapped up. So they kind of decided to go their separate ways. Goku calls for the Flying Nimbus, and...
Well, you forgot an important thing where... because Goku was like, okay, we're going to meet up in a year, right? And Bulma was like, no, well, we're good on the Dragon Balls. And Goku's like, well, how am I going to get my grandpa's ball? So Bulma was like, hey, tell you what, I'll give you the Dragon Radar, That way you can always remember our adventure.
That's true. So I imagine when a year comes up, it's probably not going to be next season, because I imagine next season's going to be all about, like, whatever Master Roshi's training, like, Goku for and everything like that. I feel like season 3, maybe... They'll revisit that again, where a year will come up, and Goku will want to look for, like, the Dragon Ball that, like, his grandfather left him and everything like that. But yes, they all go their separate ways.
Well, Goku goes separate way. Everyone else is kind of sticking together.
Yeah. I like this though. They kind of they didn't necessarily not set it up where like Yamcha, Bulma, and everyone else like that like isn't gonna come back, but like they left this. They ended the storyline where like if they didn't come back, you wouldn't really feel disappointed.
Yeah. They basically say like, hey, we'll meet up again soon, eventually. But like again, like you said, they kind of wrapped up their plot lines, and this does kind of feel like a goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
So like again, they absolutely could have just not brought them back, and it probably would have been okay.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm very glad they do come back, and that's not a spoiler. Owen already knows like they come back. So
yeah. And yeah, the narrator kind of says like now Goku's gonna go train with Master Roshi, and we're gonna see how that goes and everything like that. But I do like this, it's setting up the season that I remember type of thing, and kind of cool that they're actually gonna they actually made that a big deal that like the next time we basically see Goku again is when he's gonna be like training with like Master Roshi and everything like that type.
Yeah, I was looking forward to this because Owen remembers like the Stone episode. He remembers Krillin. He remembers the milk delivery, and he texted me, and I didn't actually know this. Where he was like, "Oh, so that girl like isn't Bulma?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, like the blue-haired girl. Like that's not Bulma." I was like, "Oh yeah, her. Yeah, no, that's not Bulma. I didn't think you thought that was Bulma."
Well, to be fair, like I thought that was because we had Bulma this season. I didn't realize like they could.
Yeah, that's a different character. Yeah. So that's kind of funny. Again, it's always funny to see what Owen remembers and what he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to next season because I love next season. I told Owen, over the phone that like, I love Krillin. He's one of my favorite characters. I love a lot of good action next season. A lot of really good character stuff. And, I'm always a fan of characters like training and getting better and like learning new skills and like becoming better people.
Yeah.
And next season is like a big focus on that.
Yeah, next season I think will be cool. It'll be kind of nice to see that come together because I'm pretty sure I remember when we watched that season, they were like training for that tournament. I remember like you've explained that tournament to me before, but I think you were so young and were like watching Dragon Ball for the first time. I don't really think you really knew like what the tournament probably like really was. Then you just kind of knew.
Yeah, I was pretty new to the whole thing, so I don't think I fully understood like everything that was happening. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. And yeah, this was a good wrap up to the season. The big action and like the stuff was the first half, and the second half was essentially just like wrapping everything up. Like Bulma and Yamcha getting together.
Yeah.
Which we hinted at for a while. And, kind of just like resolving their plot line. And yeah, sure enough, Goku just taking Roshi up on his offer, which is nice because, like you said, like I said, like they said Goku was going to do that, but that was a pretty quick thing. So they could have just forgot about it. But no, I do like that Goku was like, yeah, no, I'm going to go train with Roshi, like I said before.
I will say what's kind of cool about next season too is that's like basically what the games are based off of is like all those fights and everything like that. Like
exactly. The next season is pretty important for setting up future stuff.
And it's very wrestling inspired, I would say, because it's like about like going through tournaments.
Yeah, big matches essentially.
So,
and the big crowd and an announcer and like all that. Like doing flashy moves. I'm looking forward to it.
Maybe that would be the time. We'll watch wrestling for the first time together.
Yeah, that'd be a very appropriate time to do it. I'd definitely be down for that. But yeah, this was a good episode. Like it doesn't even really feel like a finale. Just because it is kind of it does and it doesn't. Because it's like very heavily leading into next season, and next season pretty much picks up exactly where this left off. Goku going to Roshi's.
Yeah.
But it is. It's cool to see them kind of go their separate ways. That they're not going to just like stick together just because,
right?
Like Goku's, hey, I want to go, because Bulma's like, hey, you can come hang out in the city with me and like live with me, and Goku's like, no, I kind of want to do this other thing.
Yeah, I like this too. Expand the world and everything like that. We get to kind of see Goku be on his own because we've seen him be on his own like a few times this season, but now he'll really be on his own like the next season.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm always a fan of when the characters kind of like split up for a little while, kind of like focus on themselves. Don't get me wrong, I always like seeing them together.
Yeah.
But it is nice to kind of like again, when Zuko and Iroh split up for a little while.
Right.
Like in when Aang, Katara, and Sokka and Toph all kind of split up for a little bit.
That's kind of weird. That's the biggest critique you always have of Yellow Jackets, actually, which is kind of weird. So,
well, like I said, I think it works good when they're together a lot, and then like it makes it when they split up a little more meaningful.
Right. Yeah.
Yellow Jackets has the opposite problem where they're split up too often, and they're like never together.
And I think we've made this, and the episodes when they're split up are not as good when they're like together, type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So like because we had a whole season of them together, I think Goku going off on his own for a little bit makes it more meaningful. It's like, oh, cool, we haven't really seen Goku on his own for a little while.
Explore.
It gives because Krillin's coming in. It gives it's going to give Krillin a little bit more spotlight.
Yeah.
Because if we had Yamcha, Bulma, Oolong, and Puar like hanging around, it would kind of take away from Krillin a little bit.
Yeah. And I guess we didn't know this, but like without knowing Krillin coming in, but like it opens up the door for like you said, new characters to come in, new settings and everything.
Yeah,
like
that girl. Obviously, like I'm not going to say too much about her because you don't know much about her. But it gives her some time to shine.
Maybe
without the other character.
Maybe I'll call her Not Bulma from now on. So
yeah, Not Bulma. That's her new name. Damn, you don't even know her yet, and you're already like, all right, that's Not Bulma.
Yeah.
She could be your favorite character, Owen. You never know.
Could be. But yeah, so if I had to grade this episode, I'm going to give it an A-. The biggest that
I agree.
Yeah. Very strong beginning. I don't think I got to talk about this because it was in your section. Before like the ad break, they squeeze a lot in, like in 12 minutes. It was like, the prison breakout, Yamcha saving Bulma, the fight with the helicopter with Pilaf, like that was all like right before the commercial break and everything like that.
Yeah, like a lot happened in the first half. And that's why I was saying like the second half isn't bad. It's just that like so much happened in the first half.
Yeah.
That like the end where they're all kind of just sitting around like wrapping everything up, like makes it feel a lot slower than it actually is.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they packed a lot into this episode. You got to find out kind of a little bit about Goku. I kind of liked everyone's plot lines getting wrapped up except for Pilaf, but that's whatever. And
yeah, he kind of just run. I like how Owen said off camera. He's like, I'm assuming we're never seeing Pilaf again. I'm like, I don't blame you for thinking that, but no, he does come back.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, him running off, it really just seems like he's a one-off villain. But like, considering he was kind of like the main villain of the season, main villain. That does suck. That he basically does just come off as a one-off villain when he really shouldn't.
Yeah. But just a really good episode overall. They packed a lot in here in a half hour, which is great.
Yeah. But yeah, that's I agree, A-. Last episode was a B+. So solid ending.
Yeah.
For the first season, and I think it did a really good job at setting up next season. So I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna take a break from Dragon Ball to focus on our other stuff, but we're not gonna take too long of a break. We'll probably start season 2 after the summer, because it's May right now. Probably like beginning of fall is when we'll pick it back up.
Yeah. I guess I would just ask real quick. I didn't really write a list, but MVP. I'm gonna say Goku was probably MVP. Goku or Yamcha was MVP. I might say Goku because he was in it more in the season 1.
Yeah, I think Yamcha honestly was the MVP. He was kind of carrying everybody through these last 2 episodes, or last 4 episodes, really.
And for LVP, I'm gonna say fucking Pilaf. I know that
yeah, Pilaf, LVP. Dude literally had the world on a platter, but he kept stuttering and fucking couldn't get his wish out.
Yeah. And then favorite character I would probably say is for me probably Yamcha. I like Yamcha. I thought he was awesome.
This season, yeah, I'd probably say Yamcha as well. And then least favorite, obviously Puar. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. And then best episode. I'm gonna say
the Kamehameha wave.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I. You know what? I don't remember when I graded it, but I'm just gonna go off the top of my head. Yamcha's first his actual.
Oh,
first. Oh wait, no, actually, Isn't there a lot of like stuff though, like in the beginning that doesn't make sense?
Yeah, I was gonna say the first half is like by the river. Like we don't even see Yamcha till like the second half.
Then yeah, probably the Kamehameha wave then. So.
Yeah, probably like the Legend of Goku. This episode is probably close second, but I would say the Kamehameha wave is better.
And what's least favorite episode? I really. I don't think we had a bad one. So.
I was say we had a couple like episodes, but nothing really bad. I don't know. It's actually a tough one.
I'll just say I guess an easy answer. I'll just say the Easter episode, but that's.
No, I like that one. I wouldn't say that's the worst. I would say probably the second one.
What's that one? That's
is like going hunting and he finds the turtle.
Okay.
That's not a bad episode. Just not a lot happens.
I guess.
I don't think the season really has a bad episode. It just has kind of like average episodes.
You know what? I was gonna try to see if we could squeeze this on it now. Because it's been a while. I'm calling an audible. Right before we start the next season, let's do like a best and worst of season 1 type of thing.
Yeah, I think we'll probably do a tier list of the episodes for this season.
Yeah, come back to it.
Look forward to that. We'll probably do that right before we start season 2.
Yeah, but yeah, let's end off the video. That's pretty much it, guys. We have a lot of exciting stuff coming up. We're gonna finish season 1s of Avatar and Ben now that we finished Dragon Ball. But before that, we're gonna finally do Return of the Jedi next week.
Finally, we watched it like months ago.
Yeah, so we're gonna finally do that. We're gonna finally get that done, and then at some point too, like in between the North Pole episodes of Avatar, we're gonna do Evil Dead 2, and then after we finish season 1, we're gonna do Evil Dead 3. Isn't it called like Ash versus? It's not Ash versus Evil. Army of Darkness. That's right. And unfortunately, we're probably doing it at some point after we finish season 1 of Avatar: The Last Airbender. We're probably doing the fucking Last Airbender movie.
The Last Airbender movie, yeah.
A movie I still have not seen all of because it sucks that much. So
bad, it's like torture. And we got some other stuff after our stuff too. We got the comics that were set during book 1.
Yeah.
Kind of what the characters were doing in between episodes because there wasn't a lot of them, so we can cover that pretty quickly.
And then we'll really buckle down on Danny after we finish.
We got some Avatar stuff before book 2. We got Ben 10 as well. We only got a couple episodes left for season 1.
Yeah, so we got some exciting stuff coming up.
Yeah, we're taking a break from Danny. We'll probably pick Danny up after we get all that stuff done. We're not trying to neglect Danny, it's just that we're like super close to finishing a bunch of other stuff, so we kind of want to focus on that.
And then probably like end of June, maybe beginning of July, we'll do like a halfway channel update video like we did before last year.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad we finished Dragon Ball Season 1. We weren't even really planning to. We just kind of got on a roll. And I was like, we're at the end. Let's finish it, So yeah, I'm glad we hit this milestone, Really happy we got it done.
Yeah, so yeah, tune in next week because we'll be doing Star Wars, which will be a lot longer video, probably 6 hours. I'm not joking. So
yeah, but hey, it makes sense. Episode 6 hours,
Well, actually, I'm gonna do the best I can. We're gonna make that video 6 hours, but I don't know how, but we will.
We're gonna really stretch it out. So Luke is spelled Luke. That's very interesting, and he's called Skywalker, even though he doesn't walk on the sky, but he does walk on sand and sometimes grass. It's very interesting.
But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.